Be ready, 10 seconds to go. Start. It is my privilege this evening to greet you all, my fellow citizens at home and abroad, on the 30th anniversary of our independence and to convey to you my good wishes. It will be my endeavor as the first servant of the people to exert myself to the utmost for the service of our people and our country. I hope to return in some humble way the affection and regard I have enjoyed from all sections of society for 45 years of my political life. 30 years have gone past since we become free. The events of the recent past have proved the maturity of thought, confirmed our belief in the democratic way of life. Today, we can hold our heads high as the world's largest democracy. This by itself is not enough, and if the democratic way of life is to last, we must look inwards and examine our thoughts and actions. The democratic way of life must result in a rapport between the mass of our people, particularly those living in the rural areas, our political mentors, and the administration. Life for our long suffering people, many of whom live well below the subsistence level, can have no hope unless it has substantial inbuilt economic and social substance. Only then can we mobilize our enormous human resources to actively participate in the task of nation building. We have in these last 30 years experienced success and failure, happiness and sorrow. We have yet to end poverty, ignorance, and disease, and inequality of opportunity. The ambition of the greatest man of our times, Mahatma Gandhi, was to wipe tear from every eye. Our work will not be complete until this noble objective has been achieved. India lives in the villages, and these simple folk are our richest heritage. The 5 year plans for socio economic development have no doubt yielded some result, but has their impact been substantial? Have the benefits of planned development percolated to the remote village and the weaker sections of society? Until I assumed the office of President of India, I was a Kisan working in the fields in sun and rain. I know at first hand the difficulties which millions of our countrymen face even in obtaining the basic necessities of life like drinking water, facilities for education, and health. There are still glaring inequalities in the standard of living of our people and of opportunities for a better life. We must urgently endeavor to narrow down, if not remove, such differences without subjecting any one section of society to particular hardship. We must not allow entrenched vested interests, however powerful and well organized they may be, to impede our efforts in this direction. Vulgar ostentation, unnecessary pomp irritate those less fortunately placed in life. Such gradual accumulations of hatred poses a serious problem and will ultimately tear apart the fabric of our society and our faith in democratic institutions. We have to set a good example individually if we are to succeed collectively as a nation. I have therefore resolved that the initiative in such matters must come from the top. I have decided that I will surrender every month rupees 7,000 of my salary as the President of India, and such portion of my salary as I shall receive will be subject to income tax as in the case of an ordinary citizen. I have also decided to move out of Rashtrapati Bhavan into a simple house which will not be inconsistently detract from the dignity of the high office of the President of India. I will also effect considerable reduction of expenditure at Rashtrapati Bhavan. I have asked the government to locate for me some such suitable place where I and my staff can be accommodated in reasonable comfort but at considerably reduced expense to the exchequer. We have been trying to reduce inequalities among the various sections of our people. I am particularly concerned about the lack of uniformity in approach and principles and the inadequate pace of progress in the implementation of land reforms and in the enforcement of controls over the growth of monopolistic tendencies in the non agricultural sector. Such monopolistic growth of a few vested interests has assumed serious proportions over the years. Political corruption, demoralization in the public services, and a deterioration of standards in public life are directly related to black money and pressures which a few anti-social elements in our society can exert to disrupt national life. We are today worried about rising prices which affect even the basic necessities of life. The upward spiraling prices show little sign of abatement. A small section of our community who are better organized are managing to obtain illusory reliefs from time to time. Such reliefs are unfortunately neutralized even as they are announced by the machinations of a very watchful and unscrupulous section of our society which praise of human misfortune. Stop